Been a hot minute.
July's flying by. I can't believe July is
Good
almost
fuck it
over.
is.
It's
It
kind of
is almost
crazy.
halfway today. We reached the halfway
Hell
mark.
yeah.
Yup.
Hell yeah. And the full moon is when? July what? Like
Oh my
21st?
god. Yes, it is. It's on July 21st. I want to be sure first. Yeah. 21st, like 6 in the morning.
There you go. July 21st, the full moon. We're going to talk about it. We're on. Here
Everything.
we go. With the limitless Electrasoul right now, we're going to be talking about the full moon. We're going to be talking about the new movie, The Exorcism, that we both watched last night that I don't think anybody else saw but us. I don't even know. I haven't heard anybody talking about it, but we're going to talk about it. And we're probably going to talk about a few other things as we obviously do. Electra, tell me what's going on with this full moon, the buck moon, right?
Yes, it is the Buck Moon. Oh my gosh. I have so much information written down, but honestly, this is all stuff that
Let's hear it.
I wrote it down just to like have it, but at the same time it's very memorable information, you know? Well, anyway.
Right.
So, it's going to be on July 21st and it is a Capricorn full moon, so as we already
That's
know,
right.
definitely going to be yes, that's us right there. So, it's going to be in favor of I would say honestly Saturn ruled people for sure. Also, okay, because it is going to be a Capricorn full moon, which is Saturn, and it's also going to be conjunct. Hold on, I have it written down here. Okay, so it's 29 degrees of Capricorn, which is a Leo degree. 29 degrees. It's right before the 0 degree, so that's when it like starts over again. So the 0 degree is like it's like the a new beginning, kind of like a renewing a cycle kind of energy. So it's right before renewing a new cycle, but it's also it's Capricorn conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. So it's like double Saturn energy, I would say. And it's really crazy because the moon is also it's a Cancer. You know, the moon is ruled by Cancer. So that's
Right.
not comfortable for Saturnians. Like it's not comfortable for Saturn to be sitting there because the moon is so emotional and
Right.
Capricorn is not that. So
So you mean us Capricorns are going to be uncomfortable with this?
honestly, it's probably gonna actually help. It's gonna boost in our favors, but I feel like it'll be uncomfortable for those who are not similar with those energies. I know that oftentimes, though, it is said that with like, let's say for example, this kind of full moon. Oh, if you're a Capricorn, prepare for an ass whooping, right? If it's a
Right.
Capricorn full moon, but I feel like it's
Like,
I feel,
like you mean shit's going to go down in
yeah,
life.
but I feel like if anything, it like boosts you. You know, I don't feel as though it's something that brings you down, but something that actually uplifts you, or not even uplifts you, but pushes you in
Right.
a bettering direction. I guess you could say that the Aquariuses and Capricorns that would struggle here would be the ones who are not on their shit, you know? And also other
Right.
cardinal signs will also be in what is it called? Not messed with, of course, but they will also be affected. And the other cardinal signs are well, Capricorn, Cancer, those two, and then the opposites of Aries and Libra. So they're all opposites. And then we also got the fixed signs, which is Aquarius and Leo, and Taurus and Scorpio. So it's going to definitely be something for a lot of different signs and things like that. But I feel like for all of us, it's going to be uplifting to us in the way that we are and our power. But anyway, so full moons generally mean releasing people, releasing ideas, releasing intentions, releasing things from the past that you don't want anymore. With
Letting
Capricorn,
go.
yes, exactly, letting things go so
I got
that
to
you
do
can
that.
start
I got to
over
do
all
that.
over again. But the thing here is that because it is in Capricorn, it is going to call that we get very serious about our goals. So there's going to be a lot of energy here for us to feel as though we can set our differences aside so that we can be better. But at the same time, Capricorn isn't really a sign that really struggles with that, like setting differences. We're stubborn, but we're not reluctant either. You know, we will do what we
Right.
have to do for ourselves. We will do the right thing and we will help ourselves. But
Especially when money's involved, we'll put differences aside, right? When it's
yeah,
time to
definitely
make some money.
getting the work up and all that good stuff, you know. Releasing, well, there's going to be pressure for sure, but it's going to be good pressure. It's like, you know, applying pressure, apply the good pressure for sure. And alongside that, manifesting happiness will definitely be another great thing. Oh, it will be another big opportunity for us to do that. It's just a matter of us actually doing it because, as you know, Capricorns are known as like the most depressed sign and all this shit. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
anything like that we have to really let ourselves fall victim to. We can be strong, but we have to choose to be strong. and also we have to work on overthinking. If there's a lot of overthinking, if there's a lot of energies that make us feel as though we are we're
I got that.
catastrophic energy. What'd you say?
I said I got that
Yeah,
all day.
overthinking, big no
Uh
no.
huh.
Well, it's gonna make us feel like we have to be overthinking right now, and we got to be strong. Like we really have to be putting our foot down in the way that we're letting these things work in our favors. And I feel like if you are a mature Capricorn, you will. But if you're a self-victimizing Capricorn, you're probably just gonna let yourself feel like shit, like a victim, poor me, all that stuff. But that's a very
Right.
that's like a they usually say, well, not usually say, I would say from my own observations with zodiac signs, if you're an immature version of your sign, you usually act like your polar opposite. So, Capricorns, for example, here, if you're going to be your polar opposite in an immature way, you'll probably be like a Cancer at their worst. So,
Or
you'll,
like a Pisces or something.
well, if you're Virgo, you would be like a,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That
like
so
a,
the opposite of a Capricorn is a Cancer.
yeah. So for
Okay.
us, like we might be victimizing ourselves. Oh, poor me, nothing ever works out. Manipulate people
Mhm.
for gains
I
and
don't
shit
do
like
that.
that. Yeah.
I don't do
Things
that
like
one.
that. Well, no, you got this. But definitely, it's that kind of energy. But, we got to be strong. And we just have to be on top of the way that we perceive ourselves in the world. And yeah, with what's it called? With, the 0 degree coming in next, that is going to be a good time for us to start over, to renew things, and to get rid of working through deep pain, deep rooted pain, and getting over feelings of feeling like we aren't good enough, like unworthiness, insecurity. So it is going to be a powerful. I feel like every Capricorn full moon is honestly really powerful. I just think that as long as you're utilizing it and being strong about it and doing what you have to do to make the most of it, it is definitely going to bless your life, no matter what sign you are. So yeah, that's basically
Wow.
that. I know, right? The big ass rundown, but there you
Yeah,
go.
this sounds like a big full moon right now. It's gonna making me
Yeah, that's how I
nervous.
see it.
So we're supposed to like bring up all this stuff inside of you, all this like negative feelings, right? That's what you're saying.
Basically, yes. It's like deep rooted stuff. I would say for people who struggle with that more. If you don't really
But it's
struggle,
I'd be opportunity, I'm sure, to let it go. That's the point, right? It'd
yes.
be opportunity to kind of see it, observe it, and then let it go.
Yes, exactly. To be strong enough to
Okay.
overcome these things because you can.
Okay.
You have the power.
Now remind me, because you might have said it and I might have missed it, but what are the positives that are going to come from this, if any?
Okay, well, definitely there's always positives in the way that the renewal, honestly. I would
Right, the
say that,
renewal.
yeah, like renewing the way that you are, the way that you think. I would say like reanalyzing and readjusting your life as well. This is a good time to work on um getting your priorities straight in every single way that you possibly can. If you want to have a
Right,
great life, now's the time to like really think about how to have a great life. Do what you have to do
right.
to apply yourself to that.
But
And if
practical steps.
yeah, yeah, if you'd like anything, whatever works for you, honestly. As long as you're healthy,
Right,
happy, and it's working, do what you got to do,
right,
don't hurt yourself, but be limitless. Like remember that you can do you can do all the things that you desire. You just got to be strong about it. And so I
right.
would say that this is definitely a perspective kind of time period. Like with the full moon and things like that, if you want to make the most of it, use your perspective to help push that up in the best direction that you
Right.
possibly can.
And the word you used, that's what you reminded me. So the word you used was propel earlier, right? It's supposed to propel you up into like a better lifestyle, like a better way of being, right?
Yes, yes, and
Right.
repel
So
anything that's not for you.
when you said that, you made me think of something, right? So usually people say that you can feel the effects of the full moon not only on the day, but a couple days before
Yeah.
and a couple days after. Do you
Yes.
end up ever feeling the energies before and after? How do you usually feel during that time?
Honestly, that's a great question because personally, I do feel the energies. I feel like it's a more like it's sometimes heavier, like a more emotional time, but not for me. I just feel like it generally is, and I can honestly usually see that reflected in people more than myself because I feel like I'm very in tune with it. Like
Right,
I feel very in control. So I don't, if I feel like, oh, this is really affecting me, I won't let it. Like, I'll literally take steps to not let it affect me. But I would say that personally, yeah. I would say I see it more in the universe. Like, during
right.
retrograde periods and things like that, there's like a post and a pre retrograde period and things like that. And I feel
It just
like,
never ends. It just post and
bro,
pre retrograde. What the fuck?
it's like you
We
literally
don't
see,
get a
it's like
break.
shadow period, sorry. That's like right before when it's like,
Is there one month of the year where you don't get a break from some kind of chaos and retrograde and
There are certain
Something.
times I think, but they don't last that long, do they?
Well, the retro. This one was. I remember we did an episode on the current retrograde, right? What's the one we're in now?
Oh my gosh.
We did it not too long
There's a
ago.
few. Hold on. Let me like double make sure. But
Because aren't we in one right now? Like,
hold on. Let me like I want to be 100% sure of everything I'm
yeah, because I forgot which one it was. I
here.
can't keep track of all the retrogrades and all the ways that the world is spinning right now.
Yeah,
It's insane.
there's a lot of stuff that's happening like for real. Okay. So it says as of July 1st, 2024, the following planets are in retrograde: Neptune from July 2nd to December 7th, Saturn from June 29th to November 15th, and Pluto from May 2nd to October
I
11th.
think
That's
that's
the
the one
one
we
we're
did. We did
talking about.
Pluto
There's
retrograde.
the
That's
blue
what we
one,
talked
yeah.
about.
That one's the one that's
That's
like
what we talked
heavy or
about.
whatever, yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to, for the audience listening, if you want to check that one out, that shouldn't be too far away. That's like maybe a month or two ago, something like that. So it's like eight
Yeah,
episodes back.
not too bad.
Nothing crazy. It was a great episode as always, as
Mhm.
this one is right now. I always love talking about the full moon because, like you said, like so you usually see it in other people because you're very conscious of the effects on yourself, so you don't really let it get to you. Is what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
But
I
you
feel
can
like
see it on
sorry.
people who are more not really in tune with it.
I feel like you can definitely see it from people who they don't like it's not that they don't intend to, but they don't realize to utilize that
Yeah.
power, to do something with it.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people, they just don't really think about spiritual effects of things like that, so it ends
Yeah.
up
Think
affecting
about
them
it.
differently. Personally, like you stated, I'm very in control of the way that I see things and my reality and things like that, so I choose to be very not stubborn, but just like, no,
Yeah.
if I don't want it, it's not. If it is, I'll let it, whatever, things like that. So
Right.
that's like the energy that I carry out
Are
with
you
it.
making a full moon water
That's
soon?
funny. Actually, I haven't done that in such a long time, but I actually recently saw something about that, so maybe I will. Maybe this is like my second sign, so I probably will
What do you
now.
usually do when you make the full moon water? Do you drink it? Do you clean with it? What do you usually do with it?
Usually, I just cleanse my crystals, the ones that can be put in water, because some crystals they can literally disintegrate or be harmful if you put them in, the minerals and things like that. But usually, like cleansing things like that, like little anything that I can put into the water that will be okay.
So what do you just put it in a mason jar and leave it outside to make the moon? So for those that don't know what we're talking about, explain the process we're talking about. What full moon water is and what it could do.
Okay, so full moon water is basically water that is fueled by the full moon. So what you do, it's very simple. Everyone has I know some people have a different routine, a different way to go about it. I know that personally for myself, it was very simple. Only thing I did was I just got some water. I put a bowl near my windowsill where the full moon was facing, and then I set my intentions for the water to be fueled by the full moon. And then like you can honestly feel the energy of it's like a very cleansing energy because of course the moon is again ruled by Cancer. Cancers are the mothers, very nurturing, all that. So you feel the energy, you have it down pat right there, and then you just end up using it. Usually it's like the way that you can go about it. Usually I would say like leave it out for a day, about a day in the full moon. But after that, you use it to help cleanse the things from your past or anything that you want to let go of or that you want to renew the energy of in whatever
Right.
way, shape, or form that you want to. So
Right. Because it's
that's
like charged with the properties of the moon,
yeah.
and
That's right.
it'll help you out in whatever way you look. You can like set an intention for what you want it to do. Right.
Yeah, of course, whatever you want.
Right.
And
Right.
because it's like the full moon, it's usually like the let go time, like the renewal time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So give me what's in your rotation of crystals right now? What's like your top crystals that you're using right now?
Honestly, I use carnelian always. I use
What
like
is
I've
that?
been using the same ones for years, but carnelian is like it's a confidence crystal. It's a root chakra crystal, so it works to help your confidence stay afloat, stay strong-minded, stay very what's it called? Just grounded in your reality where you just feel like you're in control of your stuff and you got this and you're everything that you know that you are. So that's like always top, always. Another one that I love is pyrite, which is it's like a copper kind of it's beautiful. It's a very pretty crystal. But yeah, I would say I was thinking cuz it literally looks like a mineral. But
Okay.
It's really pretty, and what that one does is it helps attract money. It helps you as well to stay confident in yourself, but it is very good for financial abundance. And another one is Tiger's Eye, which is another one that I've loved. I've been using that for years as well. Tiger's Eye is another abundance one. It also gives you like a kind of like like a tiger lion kind of appeal, energy in the world, perspective, and all that good stuff, and like confidence and things like that. So it's like all very confident based. Like I like confidence kind of crystals. I don't really. I like rose quartz. Like I love kind of crystals, but I don't really use them too much because I don't feel like it's necessary. But those are usually my three, like the rundown for myself always.
Well, it's not a surprise that all of them have to do with confidence because it is one word that I can think of when I see you. It's definitely confidence. So they're working. Whatever you're
Thank
definitely working them.
thank
I'm not shocked that all three of them are for confidence. It's doing its job right now.
thank you. I really
So, what
appreciate
do you
that.
usually like? Put them like under your bed, or you carry them around, or something?
I used to carry them around, and then the pyrite started like literally breaking because it was in my pocket, and I guess friction or whatever. I used to wear jeans a
Yeah.
lot, so it would like, yeah. I was like, holy shit, I got whatever. So I just like I leave it in my room now. I have like a little incense pillar thing. So it's like an incense thing and then a part to put the candle. And what I do is I purposely put the crystal that I want to enhance in that one in the candle
Right.
place. So I like intend that it like the energy of that crystal is enhanced again, and then it's like spread all around in the best way. So yeah, that's basically how I go about it. I usually just place it near the things that I know will help it be stronger, if that makes sense. I'll light it or I'll put it next to my next to my lit incense, or if I want to manifest something specific or anything like that for the long run. If I ever do anything with manifestation and crystals, it's usually like a long-term kind of thing. Like, oh, I want to be successful generally here.
Right.
And usually not anything for any it's usually not for anything specific, but it will be for things like that, for
Right.
long
Like
term.
overarching things, like big picture stuff.
Yes, exactly. That I want
Not
to
like, oh, I
maintain
want
that
this
energy.
specific thing.
Yes,
I
exactly.
forgot what crystal I used to have. This woman gave me a crystal a long time ago, and I can't even remember. Like, there's no point in you listing off the names because there's like a million crystals, and we'd be here all day.
There
It's
are.
probably gonna come to me. It was. I wish I could even like start naming them myself. I can't think of it, but let's say somebody's never been into crystals before. They
Mhm.
don't even know where to start. Do you got a top like where are you gonna point them? What direction you gonna point them? Do you have like a top crystal you'd recommend somebody?
That's so funny you say that because people used to ask me that a lot. Like, oh, I'm new to crystals. What should I use? Honestly, I would say that clear quartz. That's like the most not basic, but it's a very common crystal, and I feel like it's a crystal that's really good for the crown chakra, which connects you to your spirituality. It's the seventh chakra, so it's the one that connects you to the universe, to spirit, to your spiritual beliefs and things like that. And I feel like if anyone is trying to figure out how to be more connected and where to turn to, clear quartz is going to help point you in that direction and keep you level-headed as you continue to rise in that power. So I think definitely clear quartz for sure. That's usually
Clear
like
quartz.
the first one, and then after that I say carnelian because I love that one.
Carnelian and clear quartz.
Yeah, it's funny too.
Okay, so this is crystals 101, and then you obviously got to charge them, right? You got to clean them, get your moon water,
Yeah, you
put
do.
your intention on them, and you can carry them around or put them wherever you want to put them, right? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but yes, your intention is the most important thing.
Okay,
Definitely.
maybe we got to do a deep dive into crystals the way we did tarot cards or something like that. Maybe we got to do a
That'd
deep
be
dive
cool. We
later
can do
on
that.
because there's like a million, right? There's a million things you could do with them. A million. I
Yes.
mean, people got them on. People make bracelets out of them. There's all kind
True.
of stuff you can do with
Mhm.
crystals.
That's right. There's a
Yeah.
lot, and there's different things you can do for sure.
So we can get into that a whole another day. But let me ask you this. Talk to me about a very specific
Mhm.
topic in manifestation
Okay.
called ignoring the 3D. What is that about?
Oh my gosh, I literally just said that when I was live. Like someone asked me how to
And
ignore
you
the
know we
3D.
we be lining up. We be
That is
lining up.
me
You
too.
already
That's so
know.
crazy. I literally like an hour ago. Basically, ignoring the 3D is not letting the 3D dictate what you say you got going on within your mind, because what you create within your mind is what you receive and manifest within your reality. So, for example, let's say that you're manifesting more money. You're not going to
And not,
sit
not to
there.
cut you off, but for
Okay.
those that don't know, the 3D is like your current
Yeah.
reality, right?
It's
Okay,
like your physical reality. So every reality is
continue.
current, like the 4D, 5, whatever. I just stay on the 3D and the 4D because I feel like those are the two most, they're the closest in that sense.
Okay,
Everything else is.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I just
You're
wanted to
good.
clarify for the who
No,
didn't
you're good.
know.
I'm glad you said that because it is important to clarify. Definitely, like the 5D, 6D, all the other Ds, head ass, that's what she said. They're all like
Indeed.
spiritual realm kind of energy. You know, like if you're gonna astral
Right,
project, you're gonna touch all the realms.
right,
But in this case, I would definitely say that the 3D is your physical reality. So let's say, for example, that you are manifesting money and you tell yourself, I have so much money, money loves me, money finds me everywhere that I go, all the good stuff, and you feel it and you know it. And then one day, maybe you're okay, let's say that you have to pay a really big bill unexpectedly. You know, usually when that happens, some people, they start to freak out. Oh my god, I've been manifesting money. Why is this happening? I'm losing money now and all this shit, right? So, when that happens, your call is not to sit there and to start reacting to what you think you're losing now, right? First, continue what you're saying. Continue believing in the fact that you're making your money, okay? That's most important thing. You can't let that outside shit make you feel like you're invalidated now. You are in control of your reality still, okay? Regardless of whatever you see. Second, the way that I personally see it and the way that I do things is that if anything like that were to ever happen under any capacity at all, I take it as an enormous opportunity for me to pay that fat bill and to say, bitch, I got so much money, I can pay this bill easily. And that right
right.
there to me manifests more money. And it always does because I let it. So that's how I see it in your way. I feel like if there's anything that you should do in your realities, whatever it is that you're manifesting, let things work in your favor, even if they don't look favorable. And continue to persist in your story. Let things switch in your favor. Don't be a victim to what you're seeing, even if it feels icky right now. You are still in control. You understand? So
Right.
it's like basically being strong-minded and holding your discipline down and not letting the external factors make you feel as though you're lacking in any way, shape, or form because you're not. You understand? Like you are literally the strongest
Right.
force. I believe that wholeheartedly. But yeah, that's basically what it is. Well, the 3D, like ignoring the 3D, it could be as easy as that. Some people think that they have to like literally hide away from the 3D and ignore it. Like la la
How you
la.
gonna do that if you got a life? You gotta fucking go out there.
Yeah,
You gotta do
no,
things.
nah. That's I feel like that's unhealthy. You don't have to do that. You just
I mean,
gotta
if there's one thing I love to do is hiding. I love to hide from the 3D, but you can't do it all the time. You can't do it all the
yeah, like
time.
I like to
I love doing
be under
that.
my blanket and shit. Like that's great.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're manifesting something, just know that nothing out here can stop me. Even if you have a bad day with your skin, I'm manifesting pimpleless skin and I got a pimple. So what? Like you're fine, bro. Your skin is beautiful. Pimple doesn't even exist. Treat it, ignore, like literally don't make it into a bigger deal than it is. That's it. Don't make
Right.
anything into a bigger deal than it has to be, and you will always be
Right.
golden. And sometimes
Right.
people take the 3D as a sign, if they see something they don't like, as a sign that they're messing things up. It's impossible to mess anything up. You are always in perfect timing, like literally always. So just remember that.
Now I'm assuming that like if you think about it in a manifestation from the perspective of manifesting, right? That
Hmm.
ignoring the 3D is helpful because like you're not feeding into what you don't want. Because if you're not ignoring it or whatever term you want to use, not if you're feeding into it, basically you're only going to attract more of the energy you don't want, right?
Yes.
Like that's the benefit of ignoring it is if you're going to keep focusing on it, you're only going to keep getting the same energy you don't want anymore. So you might as well ignore it or do what you're saying, like ignore it or focus on what you do want.
Hmm.
So that way you're not continuously attracting the thing you're trying to leave behind. Basically,
Exactly.
I'm assuming, right? That's
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
purpose of it.
Basically, I would say
And
definitely to go ahead.
now, I was gonna say, and it'll probably make you feel better. You're not thinking about what you don't want 24/7.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally it. If you obsess over the things that you don't want 24/7, do you really think that thing's going to go away? I mean, you're feeding it. You're giving it life.
Exactly, feeding it. Yeah.
Exactly. And on top of that, it's like if you can deal with things in your 3D without manifesting more of it. You can deal with it
Right.
as long as your mindset isn't, I always got to deal with this shit, same thing every day, same day, what is it? Same old new day,
Same
old,
shit, different
yeah,
day.
whatever, bro.
You're
You
just
see, I don't even
saying,
know
yeah. Then
anymore.
you're in the same cycle every day. You're never gonna get out of it.
Yeah, like come on, man. You're doing it to yourself. Be strong. Be mindful of your power, and believe me, you will make a difference if you allow yourself to. Some people, they like to struggle. They don't like to, but some people are comfortable with it. It's time to get the fuck out of that mindset. If you want to be happy, you got to make differences mentally, and that's what manifests differences in your reality, and that's it.
Now, does this go hand in hand with the technique of acting as if? I'm sure it does, right?
Definitely. I would say, yeah, for sure, without even thinking too much about the 3D in general, like the whole term of that, ignoring the 3D. Acting as if is just like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter if you say I don't have a car. I have a car because I said that I do, and that's it. I
Right.
see
You
myself
feel it.
driving the car. I love driving the car. My car is my favorite. Even if your homegirl's like, you don't have a damn car. Nah, I do have a car. Don't worry about it. And then boom,
Right.
somehow you get a car, man. You don't gotta worry about how it's gonna happen, but somehow the universe gives you a car, and that's just it. It's funny how things work out, but you see, you gotta keep open that mindset of it's funny how things work out, but they always do for me. Some people
Right.
like
And I guess
strong.
it would be like the adverse of what I was saying about it feeding the wrong thing. You're feeding the right thing if you're acting as if so. You're making it easier for it to come to you, I guess, right?
Yeah, like you're making it, it's not
Probably.
even easier, but you're not resisting what belongs to you already. So it's already easily
Right.
attained, but you're now letting it be easily attained. Do you know what I mean? Like you're
Right.
giving the
Because
okay.
that's where your focus is on it right now. You're feeling it. Like, even if it's not there tangibly yet, you're focusing on it. So now you're drawing it energetically to you.
Yeah, basically, I
That's what
would
I'm
say
assuming.
that because it's not even like about energy, I would say, because at the same time, it's still already, it's like literally already all done. So even if it's not physically in front of you, you know that it is, if that makes sense. Like you still know that it's there, like it's made for you. It's not something that you have to go out of your way to somehow force the universe to give it to you. It's literally still already done because I said so and that's it. You know, like your
Right.
power is it overpowers everything in this reality.
Right. Let me ask you, let's switch gears before we get to the movie review and everything. I wanted to know this about you for a while, right? Because we always talk about on the show what everybody's addicted to. I'm addicted to sugar. This guy's addicted to cigarettes. Do
Hmm.
you have a vice one thing that you cannot live without every day?
I cannot believe you just said you're addicted to sugar because I was literally right before I started this. I I literally honestly maybe it might be that because it's not even like sugar, it's I have had a sweet tooth my entire life. And
Oh yeah.
after I eat, literally, bro, after I eat my meals, it's like salt and savory or whatever. Salt, savory, like that.
Salt and sweet, whatever.
Yeah, like salty food, whatever. I
Yeah.
I literally it's not that I need something sweet, but I really want something sweet. Like I want to eat
Yeah.
something sweet. And
What do you go for the most?
honestly, I go for chocolate, usually chocolate.
Hell
I feel
yeah.
like with like candies, I'm not really that into. I have to be in a mood for candy. But I was literally just saying to myself, God, if you feel like I should crank down on sugar, let me know. Like, and you just
Oh, God's been
yes.
telling me for like a couple of years. I ain't listening. I'm ignoring that one. I'm ignoring
Aw,
that
shit, I'ma listen, shit. But that's funny. That's so weird. But okay, okay. The thing that I feel like I can't live without, honestly, I feel like I can't live without posting on social media. Like I feel like I need
Yeah,
to be there for everyone.
really.
Yeah, I feel like
That's not a shock either because you're like number one every time I turn on
I'm sleep.
Instagram or TikTok. You're there. But that's commendable though. That I wish I had that addiction. I don't have that one.
That is so funny. I feel like I physically can't do it. Like I remember the last time I deactivated Instagram was in 2018 summer and I did it for 2 months and it was a really good time. I was happy I did it because it was different at the time. At the time I had a different Instagram. I was following people from my high school. And then when I reactivated, I was like, I don't want to follow any of these people anymore. So then
Yeah.
later that year, I made Electrasoul, and then like everyone that I have on there are people that I like help. You know what I mean? That's what I like.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I agree, dude. I agree. I got rid of my personal Instagram years ago. I just have the Gritty Nose Best one, and I barely do anything with it. Like, if you follow it, you know that we don't post anything. Like, we
yeah.
just don't post anything. But like, I got I'm like, not that I don't like these people, but like, Do I want to see what you just ate? Do
No,
I?
I
I've seen
don't.
your dog 5 times. I don't
That's
need to see
funny.
it going up. I don't need to see it again. Like I don't.
That
I
is
don't
so
like. I
funny.
love you, but I don't need to see you that much. I don't care what's going on with you now.
Yeah, like,
To kind of piggyback off that, you're very disciplined. You post
oh,
a
thank
lot.
you.
Do you have like
Mhm.
a morning or daily routine, or is it just like whatever you want to do for the day?
Whatever I want. I refuse to give my. I used to give myself like a time and
Really, I
strict.
pictured you as like a very like scheduled out
Fuck no, I can't no more. I used to.
routine.
I'm done. It's
Yeah.
too much. I feel like I want to be free, and I don't. I felt like I don't get me wrong. I always enjoyed it, but it would stress me out because then I'd be like, I would assume if I wasn't on time or on schedule, I was doing something wrong, and like I no, like absolutely not. I'm not gonna deal with that kind of
Well,
pressure.
thank you. Thank you for always scheduling the podcast. Thanks
Oh,
for
of
that.
course, yeah. Oh,
That's
period.
that goes on the schedule. Thanks.
Yeah, it always does.
Yeah, I used to be like that too. I used to be very like scheduled out, and now I'm just like because sometimes like even if I learn like or at least not I learn, I feel like sometimes something may be the right thing to do, but it may not be the right thing to do that day.
I
Like
agree.
it doesn't need to be done that day.
You
Like
have to
you
do.
could say, okay, tomorrow I should edit this video. It doesn't need to be out for like a week, but I should because it makes me feel like my ego feel better because I'll be working. But then tomorrow maybe it's just like a day you should just go to the beach and it's not gonna hurt you at all. But like now you scheduled it so you feel like well I gotta do it now and you don't leave room. There's still like obviously room for scheduling things like we said like doing obviously like important things like a podcast and
I
stuff like
totally
that.
agree
But
with that.
I'm not as rigid as I used to be. Like because then some days I'm like I don't want to do that. I don't have to do that. Like
I
I
can,
don't. I'm
yeah,
not
you're
sticking
free
to
to
the
switch your
schedule.
plan whenever you'd like. It's your schedule. Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
totally agree with you. I like how
That's
you
wild.
mentioned about
Yeah.
your ego too. Like you
Yeah.
recognize that.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I pictured you as very like regimented. Like wake up, skincare,
I'm gone.
edit.
Fuck no. Honestly, no, I like to keep it as free as I can. I used to be like that. Stressed me out too much. I'm gonna do what I
Hell
want.
yeah.
Like
I
today, I
feel
almost
you.
switched my whole day. I was gonna do like everything I was gonna do today, tomorrow, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna do it today. It felt like more convenient for today, but you see, it's about my convenience. Anything.
And then sometimes it works the opposite. Sometimes I'll be like, tomorrow I'm gonna play video games all day. I'm not gonna answer my phone,
That's
and
right.
then I'll just work all day for some reason. I'm like, actually, I don't want to play. I don't feel like being
Exactly.
lazy today. I just want to work all day. So it's not always like oh, I want to be lazy. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes I'm like, and that happens a lot more often where I'm like, I don't want to do anything today, and then like an hour later, I'm just working on mad shit, calling people, emailing people. Like I didn't expect to do any of
That's
this
me
today.
too. You're completely
Yeah.
right. That's
So
crazy.
just we're light schedulers now. Very light schedulers.
It's easier for us Capricorns, so we don't feel
Right.
stressed. Period.
Right. Right.
Goodbye.
Let's get into the Exorcism.
Oh my.
I was very much looking forward to seeing this. I've been very much looking forward to your reaction about this movie. So a little bit of background before we get into this. This is actually Russell Crowe, the actor's second Exorcism movie in like I don't know, like a 2 year span or something. He just did the movie The Pope's Exorcist
Yeah.
like last year.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
No, I haven't. I didn't.
Check that one out.
Okay.
Check The Pope's Exorcist out. That came out like either early this year or last year. I can't remember, but I
I think I heard
enjoyed
about
that.
it actually.
I didn't think I was gonna like that, but I liked it way more than I thought. So then I see
Um,
so then I see the trailer for this movie. I'm like, didn't we just get this movie? Like, what the fuck?
I'm
But
gone.
it's just called The Exorcism. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, this is not a good sign. The creativity was already like at an all time low in the boardroom. They were like, every exorcism movie has a subtitle like The Exorcism of So and So or The Exorcism in the Mental Hospital. These motherfuckers just said, we'll just say The Exorcism. Who cares? I mean, what the movie was about, which we'll get into, they could have called us The Exorcism in Hollywood or some shit, you know?
Yeah, I
Like,
agree. I thought that too. I was like, this is a very basic title, a very
yeah,
generic title. That's what I thought.
generic.
I was like,
Thank
what is
you.
this about
I
exactly?
remember seeing the trailer in the theater when I went to go see In a Violent Nature, and I literally laughed out loud in the theater. 'Cause I was like, that's what they came up with, the fucking exorcism. Like that's gonna
Yeah.
get lost in the shuffle. Like I don't think anybody's ever done a movie just called that since The Exorcist. Like I don't think I've ever seen something just called So anyway, Russell Crowe's doing another exorcism movie. My man is in his niche right now. He's in his pocket. He's loving his exorcism movies.
Shit.
And
Yeah.
I, we were saying that we were talking off air about this, that we were looking for the bootleg and we didn't find it the whole time. Like nobody cared about bootlegging this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wanted to see it. And when I saw reviews on it, they were not good. Okay, that was the
Oh,
public
interesting. I didn't know
perception
that.
of this movie. So, but I was very excited to see it. So we both watched it last night,
Okay.
and so this movie is basically about Russell Crowe's character, which I'm not good at names in the movie. I don't know.
I
His
don't.
name could have been
Oh, his
fucking
name is
Bill or Jim,
Anthony
Andy. I don't know what his name was,
Tony.
but yeah, some shit.
No, that's
So basically, Russell Crowe's
sorry.
character,
You heard me?
he's an actor. What happened?
His name is Anthony, so you know.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So Russell Crowe's character Anthony
Hmm.
is an actor who's coming back into the business after dealing with some addiction problems, years of substance abuse, and his wife had cancer. He had an estranged relationship with his daughter. The wife died. So now he's finally getting back into the business, and he's like a big deal in this movie, in this world of Hollywood. People love him, but so they're gonna take a chance on him, and they're like, we're gonna hire you for this exorcism movie. And obviously, as you can imagine, spooky things start happening on set, and scary things start happening to Russell Crowe and his family. And that's as far as we're going to get into the actual story, pretty much, because I don't want to give too many spoilers. But to start, what I think is I like the story, first of all. First of all, everybody knows as I listen to the show, I love a movie or a book or any type of story that takes place during the filming of a movie or a play or something
Okay,
like that. For
interesting.
some reason, I've always loved that. Whenever they did TV shows, or like, oh, we're gonna have a play today, we're gonna do a play today, or any horror movie or horror book where they did a play, I always loved it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was already this gave it like at least a whole, this gave it like half a point just for that, right?
Right.
So the movie starts out, and I like the what they did with the story, because like I said, Russell Crowe's coming back after all this substance abuse, so he's battling like his demons on set, his personal demons, as well as eventually the demonic entities that are gonna come into play later on in the movie. So I like, watching that. I think Russell Crowe did a good job of that, like
He
portraying
did really
this
well.
guy that was really beaten down, and the director's trying to hype him up. He's like, "Come on, man, you could do it." And then eventually he's like, "Listen, bro, you're like a piece of shit." He's trying to get him into the character. He's like, "You're a drug addict, like you're an addict, like you gotta like, play this role." So I really like the like Russell Crowe's performance and what he was like portraying here. He's trying to get back into good graces with his daughter, and like I said, obviously everything spooky is happening with the during the movie. So I enjoyed the story, and I think this movie started off hot. I think it started off well. I liked at least three key scenes to me. They had like three real standout scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Namingly the one, I don't want to spoil it, but where the demon is fighting the daughter in the kitchen and the girl
Yeah.
and the other girl,
Yeah.
where shit starts going down in the
Really
kitchen.
crazy.
Yeah, there's the one where he goes down from the set, and he stuff happens in front of everybody in the on the movie set. So they're like, "Oh my god, there's a real demon here. Everything's crazy." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
There was some real. There was some, and the part with the mirror was good. There was some
Right.
good parts, but then it was pretty much after the kitchen fight scene. For some reason, the
You think
movie
so?
just
You
went.
think so?
It was boring after that. I don't. I just can't. I can't really. It was just, and some of the stuff they were doing was just kind of like, like kind of just like lame. Like
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't. It wasn't scary. It wasn't spooky. Like although I did say I liked those scenes,
Yeah.
by no means were they scary. Were they spooky? It was like kind of what the action that was happening and some of the things that were said. I think it was well executed. The violence and some of the like dialogue I liked,
Right.
but in no way, shape, or form was it scary or spooky at all. I did not feel any like it's not like The Conjuring or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So about halfway, the movie just went down. I was kind of sad because I really enjoyed the first half. I liked everything that was going on, the story they were building, the whole world they were building, and I was like, where's this gonna go? Like, how
Yeah.
crazy is this demon gonna get? It did get kind of crazy, but then the ending happened, and hopefully I jog your memory with what I'm about to say, but like there's this speech that the demon does at the end before the movie's over.
Yeah.
This demon where the guy's eyes are black, and
Yeah.
it was so cringe. It was so
You think
cringe. It was
so?
so
Interesting.
lame,
Okay.
lame. I was like, what the way the guy was delivering it
Mm-hmm.
what they were saying, I was just like,
Bro, it's funny as fuck.
this is not the way this movie started. I was excited for this. The fucking chandelier came down. I
You're
was like,
funny,
yeah, this is
bro.
about to get crazy. And I mean, it did get crazy, but it was just kind of lame. It
Okay.
was just kind of dumb, and it came off as like kind of like a TV movie at the end, but in a
Mhm.
bad way. Because I do like TV horror movies, but this was not a good one.
I got you.
So at a certain point, it took a significant downturn,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna say that this movie was probably like a 3.3 at best. This
Whoa.
was definitely the lamest possession movie I have ever seen,
Okay. I can.
and I've seen my fair
Fair.
share.
That's fair.
It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen,
Yeah.
but in terms of possession movies,
Mm-hmm.
the lamest.
Okay, that's fair. I can see why.
It's gotta be about a 3.3. I don't think I'm missing any takes. Maybe you'll jog my memory when you tell me about what you think. What you think about the movie?
I actually liked it because it was low key, like there were some parts that I was like confused for the audience. Like I personally knew what was happening, but the audience may have been confused because there wasn't necessarily an explanation of certain things, I feel. And I just feel like I think there were some minor plot holes, low key. But I feel like overall it was honestly, it was pretty accurate to the the way that he was acting while possessed, the things he was saying, and even the ending part. I was like, what is this man doing? Not Anthony, the other guy.
And not Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe did a great
He
job. I
was
did
really
enjoy
he's
Russell
an
Crowe's
amazing
performance.
actor. The daughter, she honestly added a lot to it too. I thought
The
with
daughter was
her,
good,
I thought that
especially
without
their
her,
dynamic together. Like the
yeah,
shit that they would say, especially when he became possessed. The stuff he was saying was
it
crazy.
was like
I was
nuts.
feeling that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the actors were good.
They were very good actors. I just feel like the plot was a little bit
Mm.
plot holy, yeah. But it was generally I think it was fine, honestly. I think I can honestly see what you're saying though. I think from other people's perspectives, they probably wouldn't see it that way. I feel like they'd probably be like, "Oh, like that was pretty lame," like you said. People
Yeah,
probably, I watch these things from a more educational and personal experience kind of perspective, and not no one else does that, I'm sure. Like a lot of people don't. So I get like other people want like a spook and all that stuff. I feel like there were some minor what is it, jump scares, but like they weren't even jump
you
scares.
jumped.
What was it? There was this one part that like something happened. When you're funny, when the daughter walked up behind her dad, and then like he like fell back or something. I don't know if you remember. It was like kind of at the beginning.
Um,
You don't even remember.
Oh, I think he's in the hall. Yeah, he's in the
Yeah,
hallway,
I
right?
was like, oh
Yeah, yeah,
shit,
yeah.
like I got a little
Now,
scared.
now, correct me if I'm wrong, right?
Uh-huh.
Like the guy, because I thought I saw this and I rewound it. So the guy's on his he's on his redemption arc, right? He's getting his life together.
Yeah.
He's back in the saddle,
Hmm.
and he's like drinking the whole movie. No,
No, he literally is drinking the whole fucking movie.
the whole movie. I'm like, is this guy supposed to be getting his shit
Yeah, I
together
was
or
very
not?
confused about that too. I was like,
Because I'm looking, I'm like, those are Heineken bottles, right?
is
Like
this
I
nigga?
had to make
Yeah,
sure I
no,
wasn't tripping.
I don't remember if it was Heineken, but I do remember seeing him drink multiple times.
And his daughter's not even bringing it
I
up.
was literally gonna say that. She didn't say anything. She
She
wasn't like,
cleaned him
"Yeah,
up
you
for him,
should
and
be
I'm like,
drinking."
is she not? Because she's telling him, make sure you take your meds. But how's he gonna take his meds if he's fucking drinking?
Literally, why? Yeah, you
She was
shouldn't
trying to
mix
lay
that in
down
the
the
first
law, which
place.
was cool. She was like, oh, you gotta stop doing this, you gotta stop doing that. But you don't tell the guy to stop fucking
I'm
drinking.
gone. I'm out of here.
That's why I thought I was bugging. I was like, I was like, let me ask Electra if she saw what I saw. Like
No,
maybe
I peeped
maybe he
that.
was drinking juice and I was bugging.
I'm
He was
gone.
drinking alcohol.
No, that was definitely kind of confused. There were, again, some plot holes. I was a bit confused. That the director was an asshole. Not
I
of the
liked him.
movie, but
I liked him.
in the movie, he was an asshole. I feel like the set was so toxic. If I was on that movie set,
Oh
I would
yeah.
have fucking left. I would have been like, I need a new movie to be a part of because this is not it. Like, I swear to you.
Well, that's the only thing he had. Nobody was trying to hire him. I
Yeah,
think,
I
right?
agree. You're right. And I felt
So
so
he was
bad
nothing. He
for
was trying.
him. Oh my God, he was fucking up. But like,
Oh yeah, when they were shitting on his performance in
I
like
felt
in the
so
cutting room
bad,
or
so
in
bad.
the preview room in front of his daughter.
He should have shown them that like this demon's possessing me, bruh. Like maybe y'all will understand. Well, I mean, he did show them, but like you know what I mean.
They were
He
trying.
could have showed them
They're like,
more.
ah, what are you talking about? Remember he was like, they went to the priest and he was like, oh, they're on a possession movie. Like, it's just who cares? Like, it's
Yeah,
just it's getting to his head or
Yeah,
whatever.
get into his
He
head.
tried,
Okay.
but then the priest redeemed himself a little bit later. I don't want to say how, but he stepped up to the plate
He
later on.
definitely did.
And then after that, boring, lame ending.
Sorry, that is so
Not a
funny.
fan. Not a fan.
Yeah, I don't
But
like.
you were. I don't want to step into you. Yeah, so
No,
continue.
you're fine. The ending, like, yeah, I didn't like how the ending was very just, okay, this will happen. Bye.
Bye.
Like, okay,
Like
what
that's
about the
it.
daughter? Her hair is different now. Who cares? Like, what happened to her? Where?
Was her hair different?
Yeah.
Oh
Her
man,
hair
I
was
was.
blonde the whole movie, and at the end it was black.
Oh, what she got? She's going goth
Well, she grew up,
after
I
this
guess.
dark experience.
I don't
She's
know
goth
that it
now.
was like years apart. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh,
Anthony had gray hair.
let me tell you. Once my man's eyes went black and he started doing that speech, I was done. I don't even know.
You
Like I
don't
started
know,
eating.
damn.
I was watching on my phone. I was kind of walking around, like eating
Mhm.
stuff, and I was like, "Oh, this shit is still on." And then once the credits came on, I went, turned it right off. I was
Oh
like,
my
"All
god.
right, we're
Yeah, the
done."
credits came on really fast.
I was
It
like,
was
"We're
very
done."
sudden.
So you didn't like the ending either.
I thought it was a little rushed. It was like,
Yeah, it
okay,
felt
what
rushed. I
happened
feel like we
here?
needed some more demon
What
time.
happened to Anthony, maybe? Like, where's the daughter? She's on a beach. What is she doing? Is she
She's
friends
going
with her
goth.
friend still? Is she. Well, how old is she? How old are y'all? I don't know.
Right.
Whatever. But yeah.
What are you rating this?
Damn. I would
I
say
gave it a 3.3 out of 5.
I'd say
I think that's
5.
generous.
I think a
I think
5.5.
that's generous. And
5.5.
I gave it like half a point just because it was on a movie set.
Wait, out of 10, right?
Or if you want to do out of 10, I usually do out of 5.
Oh, okay. I'll do
3.3 out of 5 for me.
out of
And
5.
maybe even it might be a 2.8 really. I'm gonna you know what? 2.8 done.
I would say a 3.5 out of 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Didn't
There
you
you
really?
go.
Didn't you? Wasn't that just your rating?
What?
Wasn't 3.5 just your rating?
It was 3.3, now it's
Oh,
2.8. I'm
3.3.
taking it back.
I got you. That's fair. That's fair.
2.8. I had to really think about it. Like,
Yeah,
no,
I
you
don't
know
blame
what?
you.
I'm never gonna see this again. It's like no, 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 no.
I don't
No,
blame you.
definitely. Like I've seen my fair share of possession movies that were like like I guess lame people would think are lame.
Yeah,
This was but I think we liked it more than the average
I
person
think
though.
so too.
They really
Too.
like they. I don't think they saw any redeeming qualities. If I'm correct, I'm
That's
pretty sure that
crazy.
they didn't even want to bootleg it. They're like, nah, nobody wants to see this. We're not even
That
bootleg.
sucks.
Nobody
I hate
cares.
hearing that. It makes me sad, but I understand. I feel bad for
But
the actors.
the actors were good.
Yeah, they were very
Like I said, if check out the Pope's Exorcist, you'll like that movie.
okay.
That was a badass movie.
All right.
And the thing about that was it was more in line of like it followed a lot of the same trends as
Mhm.
a regular Exorcist movie, as an exorcism movie and possession movie. It hit all the notes. It did
Mhm.
all the same like typical shit, but it was still a good movie. Like
Right.
some things would happen and I'd be like, all right, we've seen that a million times. But
Yeah.
then I would think, but it's still cool to watch.
Yeah, I
It's still
understand that.
cool.
I totally understand that. That's,
Like even the movie that they were shooting in the movie looked lame. Like when they were shooting it
I was
and
yeah, I'm
the
sorry.
girl was possessed in the bed, I was like, this
Oh my God, don't even get me started.
terrible. That movie looked worse than what we were watching. They were really they were making some shit
It
right
looks
there, boy.
worse. That is so
Yeah.
funny.
Check out the Pope's Exorcist though. The same dude is in it, Russell Crowe, but it's like far better of a movie.
Okay, thank you for the
Far
suggestion,
better of a
the
movie.
recommendation.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
You know we're always up on our current possession movies and
sure.
our demonic movies. We love them.
We sure
There you have it. We'll be here for the next one, whatever the next possession
will
exorcism
be.
movie is. We'll be here for it. Do you want to say anything? Do you want to plug anything before we get out of here?
Go ahead and follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my
Right.
YouTube, my TikTok, all that good stuff, Twitter if you'd like, at Electrasoul444 or Electrasoul, just Electrasoul.
The
And
eternal spotlight, the eternal star. I almost said
yes,
eternal
no,
spotlight.
you're good. My
Eternal
sister.
starlight.
I was literally gonna say that. Well, after that, if you want to go check out any readings or if you want coaching from me or anything like that, spiritual services and other stuff that I got, electrasoul.co. And the last thing with my sisters and I, We are together as the Eternal Starlight, and you could literally find us anywhere as the Eternal Starlight. All together on Instagram. We're still working on YouTube, and we got TikTok and all that good stuff. And yeah,
Hell
pretty
yeah.
much, we very happy to see you. We love you guys
Hell yeah.
so
So
much.
there you go. Follow Electrasoul on everything. Follow the Eternal Starlight. Peace and love.
Love you
See you
guys.
next time.
God bless.